Hello, welcome to our channel once again. I sincerely appreciate you for constantly coming to our videos to watch and grab the values we release on our videos per time. The videos we share here is something that makes you relevant in solar industry. Today I have a very interesting topic for every installer, for every user, and for anyone that wants to do solar business and invest his money into it. Of a truth, solar is solar. We know. Today we'll be talking about the difference between the industrial solar system and the residential power system. A lot of people have solar at home. They have seen different forms of solar elsewhere and they begin to compare it with their own, saying this is the best and this is the best. Oh, to choose the best for you, you need to watch this video and see why the solar system you're using and the one you want to use is the best for you, especially when you have industrial settings and also you have a residential solar system. Solar power is solar power, right? No, there's a quite difference in solar system. And if you're a home user or you run a factory, the system you need or the solar system you actually need is completely different from the other one. Let me break it down. We have key reasons and key difference that you need to experience in solar system. When we talk about the industrial and the residential, there's what we call sizing and capacity. What are the sizes of inverter or the system that you need, or the capacities of the solar system that you need, both in the residential, when we talk about the residential, your house, or even your mini shop. Yes, I mean your business center. So now that you are using a small capacity in your business center doesn't make it an industrial solar system, and it doesn't make it a commercial. It is determinant by the load they can handle. So listen to this video. I believe you will have every detail you need after watching this video. These are the key difference of solar industry or industrial solar system and the residential solar system. In residential, the typical range which you can get is from 3 kilowatts to 10 kilowatts. Yes, get me right. When I mean 3 kilowatts, that is the size of the energy that you can generate when you are using your residential solar system. For instance, we have the ranges of inverter like 1 kVA to 10 kVA can serve you at the comfort of your home, and that is why it is residential. They are limited by the size of load they can handle, by the size of the utility or appliances you can use them to energize. So but in the industrial, we actually have the ranges from 100 kilowatts to multi megawatts. Yes, I said so because when you look at the industrial system, you find out that most of the machines or the equipment we use in production actually require high capacity of power or external source that has the capacity to drive the machines, to drive the electric motors, including the industrial equipment that needed to be energized. So for that to happen, you need a higher capacity, and that is why the difference of wattage, size, and capacity is also determined by the range of what they can handle. In industrial, you can always notice that the power system controls heavy machineries, lightning, and equally the HVACs, including more appliances that can be attached in the company or industry, as the case may be. In the same way, we have another difference that you need to study too whenever you are selecting the size or the capacity of solar system, either for your industry or for your residential use. First, you have to equally consider the usage purpose. What are the purpose they serve? The purpose they serve is actually different. When you come to residential, they are designed to reduce electricity bill. Yes, when you are using solar at home, what it does for you is to reduce the electricity bill that comes in per month, weekly, or even daily. Then in the same way, it helps you to power the little appliances, I call them little because their load is minimal. They are not as heavy as that of the industrial. So when you look at the TV, your fan, your fridge, all these things are little capacity that they can handle. So because of that, it reduces the electricity bill for you. But in industrial, it is aimed at massive cost savings. Yes, when you talk about it, it's aimed in saving massive costs for you, and equally giving what we call operational energy support at all time. That is what makes it to run 24 hours, making sure that the production is maintained without downtime. So when you have a solar system in the industry, one of the aim of installing solar system in your industry is to ensure that it support operational energy for 24 hours, then gearing to achieve a massive cost savings, because the downtime reduces production hour, then the efficiency of the production goes down. In downtime, the output of what will be generated or what will be produced will be low. That will increase the cost of production, because what is meant to be produced within 1 hour and use 2 hours to produce it, it has equally delayed the production, and the demand will be affected. So for that to be done properly, solar energy is needed to maintain 24 hours power supply, and equally to reduce the costs at all time, to reduce massive costs for it. So it saves the cost by maintaining continuous production. So in the same way, there is another big difference in industrial and also in the residential. We can't compare it all, but I have to mention this that is very critical to everyone that wants to go into solar installation and anyone that wants to invest money in solar energy as well. We consider what we call the installation space. In the residential, most of the things we do is to put a solar panel on top of the roof. That is common, especially here in Nigeria. It is common that you can actually get the panels you need and place it in front of your garden or in front of your house, or even on top of your roof. Of course, that is okay. That is a symbol that it is what? Residential usage. So for us to tell you the difference, that when you consider the space of installations in residential, it is small because your roof can accommodate it. But coming to industrial installations, you can see that it deploys a large rooftop for it, open land, even car park or carports as the case may be, due to the high space that is needed per time. So these are the things that is needed, that you must deploy a large mass of land for you to run your installation. Perhaps you have a very big industry, you must also create a space where the solar panels will be mounted, and in the same way you can use it as a carport. So it serves different purposes. It serves a space of parking your cars, and it serves a purpose of generating solar energy for you. And it must be in an open land where sun can be able to penetrate directly to the solar panel. So when you consider this, you see that the need for higher space is needed, is actually necessary in industrial settings. So that is not enough. There is what we call grid connection type. Yes, many people will be asking, why are you bringing grid into this system? I have to tell you, because it is important as a professional that whenever you are running your installation, you must know the different grid type to use, either at home, which is the residential, and also in the industrial. So coming to the residential, you usually employ simple on-grid system that is with or without net metering. So you can decide to employ on-grid. If light comes, fine. If it doesn't come, fine. So all you need to do is to make sure you use it at home. Sometimes you can even install your inverter and battery backup without adding solar panel. Yes, this is a secret number one that you have to know, and that is obtainable mainly on residential. So whenever there is a grid, it can be able to recharge your battery per time. But coming to industrial solar system, often it is a hybrid system, that is grid plus solar plus backup generator. Yes, every source must be available with complex load management. So every of these things you see must be available to ensure that this solar system works. So whenever you are trying to power your system, especially in residential, always note that it is on grid with or without net metering. So you can decide to monitor, or you can decide not to monitor. You can decide to take record of your consumed electricity bill, whereas in industrial there must be what? Grid plus solar plus backup system. When you get to that, you can see that there may even be a standard generator. So, and that will equally help you in complex load management, because this demands complexity whenever you are trying to run industrial solar installations. Permit me also to add this to you, but before I go on, I would love you to go to the comment section. If you've not commented, like this video, comment, drop your question. Whenever I see your question, I will attend to it with immediate effect. Believe me, this video is interesting and I know you are getting value. Kindly share it to others. Make reference to people, pop it up to those that would love to go into solar system. Then, as if that is not enough, I will be providing you a technical and financial difference of this solar system, especially in residential and in industrial solar system. Yes, when we talk about the technical or the financial difference, looking at the inverters and the components we use in industrial system, larger strength or central system is needed. How do I mean? I have run an installation of 75 kVA to 100 kVA that can be at a place, and you transport the generated energy to a different locations. So you can equally have 100 kilowatts or even 100 megawatts that will be at a particular stations, while the generated energy can be distributed to different locations. That is an advantage of industrial solar system. But in residential, all these things are minimal. So the inverter they use is very small. So the capacity, they can be mobile. You understand what I mean? You can move it to anywhere you feel like per time without stress. But that of industrial, it can be stationed in a central place where it can serve the purpose that it is meant for. So for that note, more robust monitoring and safety systems are required in industrial system. Yes, in industrial solar, you need protective device to be active. They must be very sensitive to ensure that the system is maintained without breaking down. So in the same way, we have the financial model that you use in controlling them. In residential, monthly personal investments or loan can be added. I mentioned it before, you can use your money, your personal money, to set it up. But in industrial, there are options of COPEX, OPEX, and even power purchase agreements. How do I mean? There's what we call PPA. So that is power purchase agreement, which you can get either from bank, governments, or anywhere to ensure that these things are maintained. On this note, you know that we can equally, I will not forget to discuss one particular thing that is critical and important in solar system as well. Whenever I talk, I always talk about maintenance. Yeah, I know. In looking at this video, you can equally see that I've mentioned every other things, but this maintenance, I'm taking little time of it and ensuring that you are paying close attention. We talk about the maintenance. We always say that the cost of maintenance is zero. Correct? The cost of maintenance is zero, but coming to this, I must tell you that there is a little maintenance that is required in industrial system. How do I mean? When we say that maintenance is free maintenance solar system in residential, it is minimal, that it is nothing. You can even forget to do them and it is not a problem. But in industrial solar system, oh, it must be a planned maintenance. Yes. Why do I say planned? Because most of the times there's what we call preventive maintenance and remedial maintenance. So, but when it is a planned maintenance, you can actually prevent it from damaging. And on that note, there's another thing we call remote monitoring and performance tracking. You must be able to monitor the system and see how these things are working before you can be able to say that this is how I was able to get what I needed per time. So in the same way, when you maintain it properly, you have a performance tracking and you have what we call warranties coverage. It will help you to maintain the system and enjoy it effectively. To wrap it up, I must tell you this. In short, industrial solar system and residential solar system has so much difference. But I must tell you this in particular, that residential solar system is like a bicycle. But you see, industrial solar system, it is a freak. Solar system, it is a freak train. Oh, the same fuel, different scale, different purpose, and different performance. What do you want to know more? Would you like to know what to use when you are going for residential, or the size of the inverter to use when you are going for industrial? Or would you love to know more about any of this? Kindly drop your comments, ask your question, make your contribution down this video. I will always be available to ensure that I give you maximum support by giving you guidelines and telling you what to do per time that will serve the purpose you need in solar system. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. I celebrate you.